You are listening to the award-winning Fighting News TV. This is what's it? What's it tonight? Tuesday night. Tonight's Tuesday night,
Tuesday night,
and
September 1st.
our guest tonight is Mr. Devon Dixon. But before we introduce him, you all know Stephen Rothman up there. He's the founder, creator of Fighting News. But I'm the brains behind the operation. Melissa is the brains and the beauty behind the operation right now too. Melissa Santiago in the bottom right-hand corner, rocking her Mo shirt, her Mo Maureen Shea shirt.
Mo, if you're watching, I'm representing for you.
Nice. And before we start, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsor. Tonight's show is brought to you by Fusion CBD, the best CBD company on planet Earth, I believe. Use the Fighting News for a code, you receive 15% off on your order for all your recovery needs, your pre-recovery needs, any need that you have. Fusion CBD.
Products.com.
Products.com. That's it. You can see them in the upper right-hand corner if you can't remember that, but you guys are all smart. All right. Devon Dixon, fantastic professional debut in Titan FC 63 this past Friday night. First round, rear naked choke submission. How does it feel, buddy?
Oh, man, it feels good. Wasn't expecting a submission, but it feels good.
What did you want? How did you want the fight to end?
I was going to take him out, man. I just feel that my power is too much at 155, and especially, not just him, but a lot of these guys that fight coming out, I feel like they're not going to be able to take the power I have. And, I was certain I was going to take him out on the feet. I didn't even think it was going to touch the floor.
Well, good, man. That's your weight class then. Run it. Go with it. Stay 155, and there you go. Good things come from people that are successful in the Titan organization. We've seen that time and time again. Getting spots on the Contender Series, UFC contracts, blah, blah, blah. So your time is going to come, man. That was that was an impressive win. I was looking for weak spots in your game, man, and I just don't see any. I don't see any. You were fighting great from the guard. That's what I really like. You're in his guard for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds or so. You managed to stand up. You managed to still land the big shots on him. You take that away from a guy, and what's he got?
Yeah, look, like everybody asks me, what type of fighter are you? What's your specialty? What's your strong suit? And honestly, I don't have a strong suit. I train one thing more than the other. I train to finish fights. Like I will finish the fight wherever it goes. Wherever the fight goes, I'm going to finish the fight, whether it's on the feet, on the ground. So if you see me on the ground and there's a pause of action, it's because I'm just trying to get some control so I can land some punches to finish the fight. I'm not a point fighter. And Charles was saying, heard in the commentary, I don't mind sitting in the guard beating you up. It's not jiu-jitsu, so I'll sit in the guard, land those punches, and eventually you're going to curl up into a ball and I'm going to smash your head in.
Now, were you able to hear what they were saying, Charles and Jimmy Smith there? Were you able to hear them when you were fighting?
Not live, but after I heard the commentary, and Charles actually did a great job. Charles is a very good commentator.
Okay, one thing that Jimmy Smith said, he said this guy lives in South Florida, but he hasn't seen the sun in 3 months because he's probably been inside the gym training. How do you respond to that? That Jimmy Smith is a wise guy.
Oh,
he is. He likes to push buttons.
The way I look at it, he couldn't let me have my. He had to take my shot away. Nah.
No, look, they were.
I have an excuse. We were quarantined for the last 4 months, 6 months.
I know. No, all in all, man, they were praising you a lot more than that. I think that was the one shot that they took at you, and that's such an easy one, man. You got a guy from South Florida that doesn't have a tan, Yeah. That's an easy one. I think he can do better than that, Jimmy. If you're listening, you can do better than that next time. But they were praising you a lot more than they were criticizing. That's for sure. They said you're an exciting fighter to watch all the time.
He could have at least complimented on my abs or something. Something positive. My super white skin,
Yeah. You know what he did? I was sitting next to him at a podcast once, and he grabbed my leg. I'm like, Jimmy, what are you doing over here? You know, the guy grabbed my leg.
He's got a
I
body.
said, I don't know you like that. It's true. No, but seriously, it was a great fight. It was an exciting fight. I know you're training up there at Sanford MMA with Henry Hooft, so you got your stand-up game from a great trainer there. Tell us about your jiu-jitsu training background.
Well, so at our gym, it's not specifically jiu-jitsu. It's more of a wrestling, MMA, grappling hybrid, I guess. I mean, it's we create a lot of pressure, and no matter what, we're just creating attacks. Either we're getting up, we're standing up. We don't fight off our back. That's not in our game. We're constantly making sure we're fighting to get on top. Yeah, we don't really play too much specific like jiu-jitsu positions. It's more like because we have so much experience in the room with the guys that we have, we'll get into a lot of fight-specific positions and maybe work on a couple grappling scenarios from there. But none of it is necessarily like you'll never catch us doing arm bars from guard ever. Like that's just not gonna happen. You don't see any of our guys doing like crazy submissions or leg locks. Like if any of our guys getting submissions, it's usually from rear naked choke because we have that pressure. We're gonna take that back. I mean, I guess we'll get a guillotine every here and there too, but yeah, if guys are getting submissions, it's mostly rear naked chokes, man.
So an arm bar from the guard is too old school for you guys?
It's not fancy enough.
We're past those days, man.
Yeah, I tell you, they're always impressive, you know, if you're someone like Ronda Rousey and can pull it off on anyone at any time. But I agree with you, man. That's old school. You gotta progress.
So
Jiu-jitsu though.
So I've seen Devon fight about 5 times at XFN, and this fight, you know, I think he made the transition at a good time to go pro. And he seemed very, very confident in that ring. So you had, you know, a lot of people that do amateur fights, they just want to go pro very quickly. I think Devon did a great company, XFN. He did his amateur fights. He got experience in the ring, and you looked really good the other night, Devon. I have to admit.
Thank you, Steve.
I mean, I think you were like on a 6-win streak, right? You're amateur.
Yeah, I think it's probably 6-5.
Yeah, from what I saw when I looked you up,
yeah, so it's probably 6.
Yeah.
How did it feel? How did it feel for you? I mean, you were live in front of thousands and thousands. I mean, probably the biggest stage you've been on so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than at the MMA World Championships, but actually, yeah, I mean, look, my confidence comes from because I train with such high-level guys, and it's nothing new to me when I'm going out there. It's something that I've done every single day, 2 to 3 times a day for the last however many months and years. That I feel like that's where guys they mess up is they get too much in their head of like they start thinking about other variables other than the fight itself, and. You know, like you said, I came out with I came from a good promotion, XFN. They did a good job of building me up. So I got comfortable being at the shows. Like I lost all the nerves. Probably about, it was like the real turning point was when I won the belt for XFN. That was my first fight with the new team as well. Sanford, when I joined Sanford. But XFN, they did a real good job of making me feel at home, and just the whole process of leading up to the fight. And yeah, you have to have your nerves under control. Otherwise, I mean, that shit, you'll see guys get ruined in there with adrenaline dumps.
Yeah.
Or they'll let the nerves get the best of them. It's like, dude, you just did this shit for the last 8 weeks, 2 to 3 times a day. What's different? You know what I mean? And especially at our gym, we we're sparring 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week. Not always hard sparring, but we're sparring 2, 3, 4 times a week. So I trained. So we fought Friday night. I went to the gym Friday morning to get a training session in. I sparred with my coach for 20 minutes. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, you did a phenomenal job, Greg Hutchison.
Thank you, Greg.
Leaving your comment.
My cousin Greg.
Nice.
What's up, Greg? So was Greg watching you on TV?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I had a lot of support for this fight. It felt pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good because you put a lot into it. You get a lot of people recognizing that. But yeah, especially my family. And my family's always supporting.
That's
Nice.
great.
Yeah, Devin, who were you with before Stanford MMA?
I was
you
with
with?
the top team.
Oh, you broke up a little. Can you repeat that?
What's up?
You broke up a little. Can you repeat that?
I was at American Top Team. I was there
Oh,
for
American Top Team.
yeah.
Out of Coral Springs or?
Yeah, the one in Coconut Creek.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I think I took my first 4 or 5 amateur fights there, and yeah, I saw better potential at the gym that I'm at now, and man, I mean I'm riding a 6-fight win streak with the gym I'm at, and all the things that you guys are complimenting now, like me being so calm and composed walking in there. And you're right, that's a big thing is, I have such a good group of guys around me, and I'm going in there doing what I do every single day, so it's nothing new to me when I walk in there.
Who were some of the main people that you train with over there in Sanford? Like your main sparring partners and stuff?
So my main sparring partner, my boy Cayman, the guy who came to coach me and corner me at Titan. Cayman's awesome, man. He flew out to Bahrain with me, went for the MMA World Championships. He's always putting his time into me, and he's a glory kickboxer, but he's making his transition to MMA in a couple weeks. So we're
At what weight is he? He's tall guy, right?
yeah. He fights at 145 and 155. But I would say, yeah, Cayman's my main training partner. I got my buddy Dylan also, but it's a big but a small group of guys, solid group of guys. So we kind of we all go rotation, man. But Cayman for sure. That's been the biggest help to my game. Biggest training partner.
Right. So tell us about the MMA, the World Championships. You went down there with Coach Asim and Ryan Cuse to Bahrain.
Yeah. So Ryan and I just had a team together. Asim flew out with Ryan. Cayman flew out with me. Cayman, the guy I was just talking about. Yeah, that experience, it was like no other. You're fighting guys that are pro-level amateurs. These guys all got dozens, even 20-plus fights. And you go in there and you're watching some crazy talent. And to me, the thing that I always think, the memory that I always think about when I think about Bahrain is, man, you see Kazakhstan, Russia, Bahrain, all these different countries and their fighting styles. And to me, it's so different, on the other side of the world, because you see guys like Khabib, how they blow up, and Khabib's all these different Russian fighters that are blowing up right now, and you just see that side of the world. And I got to see that firsthand at the lower-ish level, and before they become big.
Exactly, and that's a hot spot for boxing as well. That Kazakhstan and all those countries are. You have some great professional boxers coming out of that part of the world.
Yeah,
and that's what got what's his name, Paulie Malignaggi, fired from Showtime, because he was talking about the Eastern Europeans and the Russians being the best boxers now, and instead of African Americans, and that got him kicked off Showtime.
Oh wow.
Yeah, remarks like that. But
I'm gonna be honest, based off what I saw, it's the way these countries treat combat sports, it's a legit thing. I mean, not that it's not legit over here, but how uniform, how disciplined they are over there. You used to see the old Pride shows back in the day, or even the one championship shows. those crowds are dead silent. You don't hear any fucking woos and wahs in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super silent the entire time, and it's a very like respectable crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I remember even Ryan Hughes he made a comment about how seriously these guys train and how hard they train. And, you know, especially not just technique wise, but just the physical fitness, you know, um, things like that they just take a lot more seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot of high level guys, man, for sure. Good
Yeah.
experience.
How'd you do in that show?
So I won my fight. I won the first fight. So it was a 5-day tournament. I won my first fight, but I got hurt in the fight. I got caught in an armbar, and I fought out of the armbar, but my arm popped twice in there. And yeah, I went. I knew it was sore, and I was cutting weight at night to get ready for the fight for the next day. And in the middle of the night, it was way, it just hurt way too bad, and I didn't know what was wrong with it at the
Your
time.
right arm?
It was my left arm.
Your left arm.
Fuck, I don't even, yeah, it's my left arm.
How's it now?
It's fine.
Obviously, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like super. So I didn't know what was wrong with it at the time.
hmm
That's why I was nervous. It was just very, very, very sore, and it was sore the weeks leading after. But obviously, it was very sore right after it happened, and I wasn't sure what happened. We didn't have access to doctors like that, and
Right.
it was all like it was all in the moment. Like I fought Monday. I was supposed to fight again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't know. It was better to be safe than sorry. That's the way we looked at
Of
it,
course.
because we didn't know what was wrong. So I'm not going to go in there fighting with one arm.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing with these amateur competitions where they want you to fight every night. You can do well and you can win the first fight, but if you get some, you know, even as a little injury, you're out for the rest of the time, you know?
Yeah.
And that happens. That happened to one of the boxers that we know that was fighting, trying to get a spot on the Olympic team. She was a girl. She won her first fight, and she got like a thumb in the eye or whatever, and she had to have emergency surgery. She won her fight, but she couldn't fight the next day because she's getting surgery.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's a bummer, you know, and especially when these amateur competitions, they are looking for people to be in the Olympics, which MMA it looks like is headed in that direction.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're having the competition, and that was the cool experience too. Just like having that Olympic Games type feel with country versus country. So
Yeah, I'm sure that was a great experience, man. I've never been to Bahrain.
It's definitely not what you would expect. I was expecting more of like a Dubai feel, but like
Yeah.
Bahrain's on an island. It's not it's essentially on an island, and yeah. What I was hoping to like walk into the fucking desert and see like camels, because I was dying to go ride the camels as part of the experience. And there was none of that over there. I was super upset about that, actually.
There was no desert, right? Isn't it more like foresty kind of?
No, it's literally like an island. It's only it's an island with a bunch of architecture, all buildings. The entire island is just it's buildings, landscape, or no landscape. It's buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings, construction.
Yeah, I hear Kazakhstan is like that also. It's all brand new cities, you know, that have all been built in the last 10 or 15 years. So, you know, huge buildings and yeah, we gotta take a fighting news trip over there.
That would be so shit. You gotta tag me along. That'd be cool. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Mhm.
So, Devin, tell us about your roots, like where you're from originally, how you grew up, what inspired you to get into fighting, and let's talk about that, where it all started.
So I grew up like a typical boy. I was playing sports, played football, soccer, baseball, and I was like, I would want to say like maybe 10, 11, maybe even 12. It was whenever Brock Lesnar got into the UFC. I became a massive fan of MMA. and I just didn't think it was real that a WWE guy is coming to a real sport and is making waves. And so once that happened, I was like, oh, like this is it's pretty cool. So I became a huge fan. I started as a huge fan, and then once I was I turned, I think I was 13. Whenever I started 8th grade, I got into jiu-jitsu. That's when I started at American Top Team. Yeah, once the day 8th grade started, I started doing jiu-jitsu. I was competing in tournaments probably like 2-3 months into it, and yeah, I would say I trained consistently for a couple years from like 13 to 15, and then throughout high school I was on and off. Didn't train too much, and then once I turned 18, I was because that's the legal age to fight down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this a little bit more seriously. I put some more effort into it, and I saw more of a positive direction. I saw where it could go, and as I kept putting more and more time into training, I just saw myself getting better, and it kept getting closer to the time of wanting to, kept getting closer to being able to compete. And once my coach felt I was ready at the time, I was about 19. I was getting ready for my first fight. I was a month out. He's like, hey, go compete in this jiu-jitsu tournament. I went and competed in the jiu-jitsu tournament. 10 seconds in, I dislocate my shoulder. I tear my labrum.
Oh my.
Yeah,
goodness.
it was a freak accident. It was off a takedown, and I've competed in tournaments before, but it was 10 seconds in, boom, shot for a takedown, dislocated my shoulder, tore my labrum. So I was out for a few months from the surgery. I came back when I was 20 years old. Got my first. I put like 3-4 months of training in under my belt. Felt I was ready again, and I got my first kickboxing fight. Took that first kickboxing fight with XFN, and then the rest is history. And
Were you still with ATT when you got back in at 20?
Yeah,
So
I started at ATT, and I was with ATT forever until I finally made the decision to leave.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, because that's a long time. I mean, if you got started with them at age 13 or 12.
Yeah, very, very long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
So, Steve-O, you got any questions for?
I do. So let's just. I wanted to just play something here, while we got him on. We're
Right,
gonna show highlights from Titan this past weekend with Devon.
Let's do it.
I'll bear with us.
In 3, 2, 1 and a half. No, he'll get it up there. But I mean, look, it's gonna take long for Steve to get it up, and the fight lasted, man.
It's all right. Let the people watch and enjoy my beautiful face.
Modest, too.
You know, I didn't get touched. They got something good to look at.
Yeah, you didn't take any damage at all in that fight, did you? Huh?
Dude, I haven't gotten punched in like my last 6 fights.
Really? No one landed anything on you?
I mean, not like a significant strike. No, maybe like a.
All right, here it is.
Yep, kept the hook in, and he gave me that right away.
That's like the very ending, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, just like that, it's over.
Can you back that up at all?
Let's watch that again.
That's probably more at the beginning of. Oh, you're probably coming up to it. Maybe I don't know.
But they're doing it in order. That's the last fight.
All right.
All right, what are you doing? You giving up?
What, you didn't see it?
No, we saw it at the very end.
You gotta love Steve.
That was the highlight. It's right a rear naked choke.
God.
Yeah, so I do have questions. So, you know, watching that, Devon, you know, you said you didn't think it was going to go to the ground. You guys were rolling around for he was trying to get up from the second you guys went to the ground, and it was surprising to me that he actually gave you his back. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was funny after the fight. After the fight, he comes up to me. He's like, "What? You didn't want to stand and bang, bro?" I'm pretty sure he's a jiu-jitsu guy anyway, which is funny that he said that. But nonetheless, I mean, if you watching the fight, I actually, I'm pretty sure it was right after he grabbed my arm, and I felt him. He was gonna attempt an armbar. I knew he was gonna attempt it. And if you saw, that's when I did like the little mini slam. It wasn't a slam. I just like lifted him up for a second, put him back down. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, I broke off that. I pushed him away, or I pushed off that, because I was gonna let him up. I was actually gonna let him up.
Yeah.
But he just stayed on the ground. I was holding his ankle, and he was just staying on the ground. So okay, if you're gonna stay down there, I'm gonna go down there and punch you in the face, and that's what I did. I pushed him to the face, and like I said, these guys, they're not gonna be able to take what I can give, and he just crumbled, and he gave me his back. That's
Yeah. Yeah, and he was like about to get up, and you just suck that in there.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, wow, it's over already. You know, I was just getting my camera all set up for your pictures. I got it perfect, and then you choked them out. It was good, but no, that was exciting. I just was happy for you that you know you finally got.
They don't want the smoke, Justin. They don't want the smoke.
Justin.
Yeah, you know what? Like Devin, you said, I can't believe that anyone goes into an MMA fight thinking that, hey, I just want to keep this on the feet, or I just want to keep this on the ground. I mean, how do you do that? You know, it's mixed martial arts. You know, you can't go in there with that mentality like, I only want to fight on my feet. You've already lost. You know.
Yeah, that's why I told you guys. Like, I'm not a one-dimensional fighter. Whatever happens in the fight happens in the fight. You guys have seen me dominate everywhere at all aspects of the fight. So I don't think you'll really see me game planning much to wrestle the striker or strike the grappler. I'm just gonna go in there, and I feel I'm the superior fighter, no matter if it's stand up or the ground. So
what's going to happen next? What do you have? I know that when I was interviewing you post bout, you mentioned you've got something on the radar for November, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I made sure before the fight that I had this set up, because I heard Lex talking. I just heard a little birdie chirping that the October card, because he's having a card in September.
Yeah,
I thought he was having one in October as well, but I heard that little birdie chirping, and I heard that he scrapped the one in October, and he's moving it to November, and we're going to the DR. So I said to Lex, I was like, "Yo, Lex, I take this kid out, I better be going to the DR." He's like, "All right, sounds good. It's a deal." And the second he walked in the cage after my fight, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the DR, right?"
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's gonna
What's up, Steve? Are we going to the DR or what?
I know I am. I don't know. You allowed to go?
Well, I've got a passport, so
There you go.
With me out there. I need someone to come party with me.
That's it. DR, we're coming.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We I wanted to go to the last one.
Yeah, they did.
It.
And went, I think, this time last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't around this time last year, because I remember the summer, the August, the Titan, and I remember them talking about it afterwards. So I want to back up on something that you said, Devin. So let's say you're going to go in there with a guy like Khabib. So your strategy is not going to be to want to keep this guy on his feet. You'd go on the ground with someone that high level.
I mean, it's all circumstantial. I mean, so the fight starts standing up. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna go and shoot a double leg on Khabib. You know what I mean? But I know
what you mean. I wouldn't either.
I'm still gonna look to finish the fight. I'm gonna pressure him, and I'm gonna do what I can to finish the fight. And but I would feel comfortable getting up, for sure. I mean, I'm not saying today feel comfortable getting up off Khabib, but like you're saying, a guy like Khabib, I mean, we have Greg Jones, our wrestling coach. We train for these situations to get up. All of our guys, you'll see. That's why you see our guys. The second we get taken down, our guys are getting up right away. We do not stay on our back. We do not fight off our back. We're getting up right away. And obviously, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. You're talking about the highest level guy in the world. That's why it would have been cool to make it through the World Championships in Bahrain to test myself against those type of guys. Because truthfully, I haven't really been tested in any of my amateur fights yet, or any of my, or even my pro fight yet. So, but we have these D1 wrestlers in our room.
Yeah.
We have these D1 wrestlers in our room, and you know, I'm confident with my ability of being able to win through positions.
Yeah, well, if you're hanging with the D1 guys, then that's a big thing, you know, because those guys are no joke. Yeah, D1 wrestling is no joke, that's for sure.
And we got the best wrestling coach in the world, man, Greg Jones, Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Greg. So what is next? So you want to go to the DR? Who do you want to fight in the DR?
Shit, I don't even care. As long as Melissa comes and parties with me after, the opponent don't matter.
No, you don't look at
After the fight on Friday. The
roster.
party then?
Huh?
What'd you do after the fight on Friday?
I didn't party.
No?
I didn't party.
You went to work out first thing Saturday.
No, my foot was actually pretty banged up. It was more. It was hurting me more than I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna soak this in. It was a good experience. Like the whole night was a good experience. I just wanted to sit there and soak it in, and I'll get my partying in a couple weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Save up for it.
Excellent. So when you do go out and party, where's it going to be? Where do you like to go?
Huh. Well, I mean, there's no.
It's kind of hard right now.
Nothing too exciting open right now, but I don't know. I might go do something relaxing, go to the Keys, do some like resort style lounging. I don't know. Kind of.
You like fishing?
I love fishing.
Yeah.
I also love sipping on some margaritas, pina coladas, rum runners. So that's why I think I'm gonna go enjoy like a resort style weekend down in the Keys.
Yeah, you go.
Come back. Nice 10 hard weeks of training. Go to the DR. Celebrate again with my girl Melissa.
What? There you
What
go.
do we got going on here? This is an interview, not the dating game.
Yeah. So let's ask some questions. So Devin, you have a dinner party at your house. Dead or alive, 5 people. Who would you invite?
Oh, right off the bat, Steve, Maddie, Melissa.
Woo! The Fighting News gang.
Right off the bat.
Right
What's
off
for
the
dinner?
bat.
Nice. Can you cook?
Pasta.
Can maybe make some eggs. Scrambled eggs.
Nice.
All right. You have a barbecue over there? I'll take care of it.
Maddie's good at barbecuing.
I'll take care of it.
Nice electric.
I'll bring the wine.
Yeah, that's the clip you should run, Steve. The clip you should run is Melissa's reaction to my barbecue at my birthday party over here.
Yeah, don't play that.
No, don't play. He doesn't have. He doesn't have. I'm the only one that has that, Melissa. But you know, I watch it every once in a while. That's, yeah, you and
I usually have a good time.
But
So Devin, what is your goal? What's your light at the end of the tunnel in this mixed martial arts? You've been doing it your whole life.
Yep.
What's your goal?
My goal is to be a UFC champion. I started in this as a fan, and as I've gotten progressively better, I truly see myself wearing a gold belt. And now, seeing the sacrifices that I put into this, I don't see why there'd be any other avenue, considering there's a million other jobs out there that, I can make money doing and pretty good money doing, but I do this because I love it. I do this because I'm very good at it, and I do this because I see myself becoming a champion.
UFC, Dana White looking for a fight. Here he is, Devon Dixon.
Hey, with some belts,
Devon Dixon.
some when I get some fights under my belt with Titan, give me a handful of fights with Titan, you better believe I'm beyond the Contender Series.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you do now outside of training?
That's it.
To
This is full time lifestyle for me, man. I train people also. I make some money on the side training people. I'll do some private lessons, but that's just money to pay my rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
Which is kind of important if you want to,
Huh?
keep living, which is kind of important to pay the rent, if you want to keep living and training and eating,
Yeah, I mean, I make enough to get by training people with just by training people, and now that I'm making money with some fights, I'll be able to put away a little bit of money with that, or use some of that money, and then each fight's obviously a little bit more, and the goal is to get some sponsors to help out monetarily. That way I can take a little bit of stress off me, so I don't have to possibly think about any money,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't live a high maintenance lifestyle, although I like to. I don't live a high maintenance lifestyle, so I get by pretty easy. As long as I'm training, I'm happy.
Well, you know what the fighting is, what our plan is, don't you? Did you hear what we're gonna do?
What's the plan? Let's hear it.
We're
And I
just gonna
hope
we're-
I'm one of the first to hear it.
we're just gonna buy like an oversized van, and we're just gonna live in that and follow these events, around the country. And
We're gonna take
that's
road
pretty
trips.
it, man.
We're
I
gonna
don't
wrap
know.
it. We're gonna wrap the van, the Fighting News van.
Yeah, we're
I might
gonna
have
wrap
to meet you there. I'm gonna take a flight out, and I'll meet you there.
Look at her. She's saying she's better than you guys.
No, I'm not saying that. I just don't want to be on the road with a bunch.
Melissa, come on, you're gonna have to take turns driving. You have to do long stretches on Highway 63 or 61 or whatever that is. You're gonna have to help out.
Yeah.
Someone's
I
gonna
know.
have to help sell the T-shirts out of the back so we can pay for them. That's
Oh, Matt. This is a serious show, Matt, and we
we what? We're not serious?
all joking aside, we want to know some more questions from Devon.
Get it.
Well, shoot. Go ahead.
So, who would you rather fight? What's your weight class?
155.
155. So, who would you rather fight? Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, or Tony Ferguson?
Oh shit, you're tossing wolves right there.
The top three. I mean, you're ranked 39 out of 100 fighters in Florida. So, UFC comes calling. They've done it a lot of times with Florida fighters. They just call them up out of the blue and say, "Hey, we need you to fill in."
Yeah, especially now with like the whole quarantine thing going on and guys not being able to fight and whatnot. Yeah.
Exactly. Whole gyms are getting COVID. So I'll just throw that out there.
So who would I rather fight or who would I not fight?
Who would you want? Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, or Tony Ferguson?
Oh man, that's so tough. I've always said I would absolutely hate to fight Justin Gaethje. He's one of my favorite fighters. The way he fights,
Yeah.
out there to hurt, to finish, and that's just you can't beat that style. Man, Tony Ferguson does the same thing. Look at everybody he fights, just cuts them up with their elbows. And then Dustin, another superior striker, amazing boxer. I would rather fight.
Did you train with Dustin?
No, I
At
never,
ATT?
never trained with him, but he actually came in to teach our class one time, which is pretty.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was always cool with Dustin. Like if I
Yeah.
what's up to him if I saw him at the gym.
He wants to fight again. He
Yeah.
put his name up on the roster.
Yeah, Dustin's a good fighter, man. See, that's why you're saying like the three baddest dudes in the lightweight. I mean, I guess I'd fight Dustin. I think that'd be a fun fight.
There you go.
I don't think I'd get as bloody as I would fighting
Ferguson or
Gagey, or as like beat up. Like obviously, I mean, it's still gonna be a tough fight, but I mean, those guys are all killers, man. Dustin is like, other than Khabib, it's like you got Dustin, right? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Dustin took out Gagey, and Gagey's the one who's the title shot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Gagey is sick though. I can't believe that guy is still going the way that he fights. That he's still just walking on this earth because he just doesn't seem to care about defense. You know, he just comes straight forward. He'll take any shot, and he just But he's been doing this for a while now. We've been watching Gaethje for a long time, and man, he's tough. I don't know what his bones are made out of, but he's a different kind of guy. And Ferguson is just he's insane. He's just insane. And by I don't mean insane like crazy. I mean he's really creative. His striking is he pulls stuff out of nowhere and techniques that you just wouldn't expect. How do you train for a guy like Ferguson?
Yeah.
You can't. You just gotta expect. You gotta just kind of expect like all right, I'm walking into a dog fight right now. That's it. Like there is no. That's just one of the things you mentally prepare for walking into a fight. Like it's when you're fighting Khabib, it's okay. Like I know I'm gonna get taken down. It's just, am I gonna get back up?
Yeah.
Man. The Gilbert Burns rumored to be the next fight against Usman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't confirmed, but.
No, they actually confirmed it today.
It was confirmed today.
December 12th, yeah.
Oh, so it was, the rumor's true. So that's going to be some fight. He had a chance last time, but, he
got sick.
He got sick, yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be, what do you think's going to what's going to happen in that fight?
Oh, man. I don't even want to know. To be honest. Because I like them both. It's like I would rather not even see it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kamara's earned everything he has beaten everybody they put in front of him. Gilbert has earned the shot that he has, and they both deserve to be in that position. So the only thing I can say is may the best man win, and that's what's going to come down to, in my opinion. Whoever shows up on fight night, they're both equally skilled in different departments. Just who's gonna be the better man on fight night?
Yep.
Yeah. And they're friends also, and they've trained together. They trained with the same trainers. I mean, that adds a little something to it.
We all train at the same gym.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and especially when you're talking about a title fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of thing is rare. It hardly ever happens. When it does, you're like,
yeah. For Devon's fight for Titan FC 63 that night, anytime I go on Google, there was Usman with his hand raised. That picture was like in every social media. It got a lot of attention, that Titan. With Usman being the main event, and his brother cornering him, because people are like, when's Muhammad Usman going to be in the UFC?
Yeah.
Because everyone loves heavyweights, and they're rare in UFC. Yeah. There's not a list of 100 guys to pull from.
Exactly.
So he might be getting a call after that performance.
Hey. And rightfully so. Like you said, the heavyweight list isn't too stacked, and especially if he goes in there like with a good wrestling base. Not too many heavyweights are good wrestlers.
Yeah.
I think he could do pretty good.
Did you see the main event?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just lifted that guy like almost over his head.
Yeah. Just ragdolled him.
Yeah, ragdolled. I mean, like he said, he didn't get the finish he wanted. You know, a little bit on the ground a lot. But you know, he was moving when he was on the ground. He was packed. He was hitting him. The guy was taking a beating, but it was a good fight.
Yeah.
It was a good show. You know, first 4 fights were all first rounds. You know, stoppages.
How about that title fight though? That was it.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a
Which
real,
one?
The co-main.
the co-main event.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a good one. Definitely. I think it.
Did they give a fight of the night?
What was that?
Did they give a fight of the night bonus at that Titan?
I don't know. I think it had to have gone to that fight. That was a great fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great fight. Yeah.
Well, I think was that the only one that got out of the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in the main event. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, and the main event. Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you see that? Can you see Muhammad Usman fighting Derek Lewis? Did you see Derek Lewis's last fight, Devin?
Who did he fight his last fight?
What's his name? The guy from. Hold on 1 second. I can never remember this.
Did he finish the guy?
Yes.
Was it the Russian guy?
Yes, Olenek.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so Olenek had him hurt. He hit him. I think he nailed him with a body shot or a kick to the body or something like that. And Lewis was doubled over, but he was kind of like playing possum. Like picture that. Like he was really just bent over with his hands on his knees in the ring, in the octagon, in the fight. And then Olenek came over, and then he just sprung into action and then just started nailing him. Man, the guy, he's crazy strong, and he's taking his cardio and his training a lot more seriously. So he's dropped weight,
Yeah.
And he's dangerous, man. He's just powerful, and he's crazy a little bit also. So
guys like that are just they like. Maybe Derek Lewis isn't the freak athlete of Muhammad Usman, but Muhammad Usman's look at him. The guy's a freak of a human being, in a good way. Like that's a scary heavyweight right there. You know what I mean? Like he's obviously got the power. His size is incredible. You add a little bit more game to his game. I mean, that'd be fun putting him in there against Derek Lewis. You know what I mean?
Or Derek Lewis against another big natural athlete like Greg Hardy.
Oh yeah. Or Muhammad Usman versus Greg Hardy.
That would be good too.
Good too.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm looking
Wow.
at the future of the heavyweight division, and it looks pretty exciting.
Wow.
Think about it. They're trying to hype up Greg. Obviously, you can tell they're trying to hype up Greg.
Yeah.
And then Muhammad Usman, the champ's brother. Think about that. That would sell so much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
You give Muhammad Usman a win, we'll fly him out to the DR. We'll get him a nice highlight finish out there.
Yeah. But look, I think Derek Lewis is a fan favorite also. His post-fight commentary is always hysterical. His last one, he was caught on the mic saying that he had to go take a shit.
Yeah,
right before.
He's a
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was after he told Rogan. Melissa, I don't know if you saw this, but he dropped his shorts in the octagon talking to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's like, "Why did you do that?"
No way.
And he said,
My balls were hot.
Pretty awkward.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awkward.
But not just that, but because of his fighting, and in those early fights, like around then, he'd be losing, and then he'd turn it around all of a sudden because he's just a freakishly strong, natural, athlete, and he's got knockout power.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, but we're not here to talk about heavyweights. We're here to talk about Mr. Dixon here.
Devon Dixon.
Okay. You got any shout outs that you want to give, Devin? Any people, any trainers, sponsors, relatives?
I mean, I already shouted them out on social media, but I mean, my sponsors, Relax and Get Results, Vitargo, and Fit Food Fresh. I communicate with these people daily. It's not like it's nothing new me shouting them out on here because I give them their shouts on social media.
Mhm.
And it's not just like, and it's not for like social media gain either. It's like they support me because they actually support me. It's not like there's no like financial gain or loss in this whole thing. It's
Right.
that's my biggest that's my biggest thing about having a good support behind me is none of it's there's no gain from it. It's all support because it's genuine.
No, but look, 30 years from now, when you look back on this interview, it's still going to be on YouTube because that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. You say, hey, I remember that guy I just shouted out. I haven't seen him in 25 years. Let me give him a call.
Ah,
My parents, they dedicate so much to me. They sacrifice so much, and they deal with me on fight week, which isn't necessarily fun when I have a lot of weight to cut.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, I fight week. I just got my hoodie and my sweats on, and I just like curl up in a ball, try not to really show too much face out into the public world. Maybe that's why I'm so white.
You're so white because you train all the time.
Yeah.
Go celebrate at the resort. You know what? I'll come back with a tan. You'll see me nice and fresh and tan. Maybe I'll get a fresh cut too. We'll do another podcast. I'll look better.
We won't.
I got a question. I got a question for Devin. So, you're a big fan of UFC. You're having a dinner party. 5 UFC fighters you would invite to your party.
Oh shit!
Devin's having a lot of dinner parties, and
Shit.
let's hear it go.
All right. Well, I would have to say John Jones #1. He's
Okay.
my favorite fighter.
He was calling out Brock Lesnar too recently.
Yeah, and John Jones, man, he's got to have a lot of demons inside of him. So I would like to have a conversation with him, just to see what he's like. He just sounds very interesting.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. He's got a big story behind him.
For sure.
Huh? There's a lot of cool people. I guess Sean O'Malley seems like he's going through some shit right now. So I would want to hear a piece of his mind. Hear the type of drugs that he's on, that he's getting away with these UFC.
Yeah, I didn't lose that fight.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm still undefeated.
Yeah, right. With purple and pink and green, yellow hair. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I would love to sit down with Dana White, though, man. That's the boss man right there. Those are intellectual people. You hear some real shit from them. And then, man. Let me ask you this: rattle off some interesting names that you think, because the first one that always comes to mind is John Jones. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. For me, I would it'd be all old school UFC guys. I'd have Hoist Gracie. I'd have Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell. So for me, it'd be all old guys.
You're talking. Okay, so you want big names. I thought you just wanted to have like an interesting dinner conversation.
No. I just would love to hear all their stories, and like those are the ones that like shaped like the UFC.
My favorite fighters, then I would have to go with John Jones, GSP.
GSP was my last. Yeah. Sure.
John Jones, GSP. I love Frankie Edgar too, man. He's one of my favorite fighters.
New Yorker.
Yeah.
Strong Island.
If Khabib spoke just a little bit better English, I would enjoy a dinner conversation with him. And yeah, Sean O'Malley. I'm very curious to hear what goes on in that guy's mind.
Nice. That's a good dinner party.
Yeah. Although I can't cook, so it'd be more talking.
And what's on the menu at dinner? What would you order in?
Scrambled eggs.
If you weren't cooking.
Ordering in,
Yeah.
man, you can never go wrong with some Brews Room wings, man.
Nice.
Speaking of, I haven't had some wings in a while. Football season's coming up. Watch some football games, eating some wings.
There you go.
Some nice honey garlic wings.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's been great talking to you, Devin. We wish nothing but the best for you in your strive to UFC, in your drive for the UFC. Any way we can help, for you, Titan champion, all the stuff. Wish you nothing but the best. Shout out to the FusionCBDProducts.com. Anybody needs some Fusion CBD, go to the website, FusionCBD.com, and type in your discount code, The Fighting News. Melissa, anything
What's
to
up?
say? Closing out?
No, Devin, it was a pleasure to meet you finally, and all around stand-up guy, really good guy, and I'm looking forward to watching you achieve your goals and your dreams. So we support you. We're behind you. It's been a pleasure
Thank you.
getting
Guys.
to know you.
Hey, just do me a favor. Promise me, once I get a confirmed matchup, we'll hop on another podcast.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely. You got it. The door's
Absolutely.
always open for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have you on at any time, man. And if you want to come on with one of your trainers or something like that,
Sure.
feel free.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I can make that happen.
Yeah,
All right.
excellent.
Cool.
We'd love to do that.
All right.
Cool deal.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate you guys. Have
All right,
day.
guys.
Thanks,
Love
Devin.
ya.
Okay. Peace, Evan. Take care.
So that's our show, Matt. Melissa
That is our
clicked
show.
off as well.
Clicked off. She didn't want to do the post-show.
Post show,
The post-show, whatever they call a
the
post-show.
post show.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah. So everybody, if you're not following Devin, he's going to be doing big things on Instagram. He's at Devon Dixon. His name DEVON DIXON. Devon Dixon. I've seen him fight at least 5 times on Titan, and so the other night was XFN,
Yeah.
and the other night was like the 6th time I've seen him fight, and wow, it's just he's a really good fighter, man.
Yeah, he always puts on a show.
He always puts on a good show. Yeah.
looking for the finish. I don't remember any of his fights that actually went to a decision.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thanks, Greg.
it was good. It was definitely good.
Yeah. So what do we have coming up, Matt?
We have some things in the works, and you'll be able to hear about these things that are in the works on Instagram.
Okay.
That's where we post them. But you know how some people are; they don't confirm in the beginning, and then we have to get back to them. But you can expect another show, I think, on Thursday night.
All right. So we don't have anything set in stone for Thursday, but
Not yet.
We're going to work on that this next coming days.
Yeah.
We have any other events to watch?
No. Well, there's UFC stuff on ESPN Plus tonight. They have I think the Contender Series is on tonight.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and it's actually probably on right now as we're sitting here talking.
Perfect.
And that I think is the main thing. I don't think there's anything else too noticeable. But if there is, you will hear about it first or second, maybe third on our Instagram site.
All right, Matt. Well, it was good seeing you as always.
It's just, the pleasure's all yours, man. Pleasure's all yours.
So, Fighting News fans, we're out.
All right, thanks for watching. Have a good night.